Welcome to Escaping Purgatory, a podcast where we rewatch Supernatural, then talk it through in the hopes we can finally escape this show.
Join us each week and leave comments on upcoming episodes, and together we can escape Supernatural Purgatory.
Ooh, this episode, probably the best episode of season 7. You think so?
I think.
Yeah?
In terms of plot, yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's good. It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah. So this episode is season 7, episode 17, The Born Again Identity, which is quite a funny title, I think.
Yeah. Is that supposed to be a play on the Born Identity?
Yeah.
Like the okay.
For sure.
I would have thought so.
But
so
is the title related to Cass or Sam?
Oh. I was gonna say Cass.
Yeah.
Because he comes back with a different whole life, even though it's like on screen for like 2 seconds. But because like being born again, right? You find new religion.
Yeah.
Is usually what they refer it to.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say more Cass, because surely Sam's leaving it all in the past now, because like he's had enough of it, right?
And what
angels and demons?
Yeah, I mean, and what religion is Cass finding though? Like
his own.
Well, saving the Winchesters, like that.
Yeah.
You know,
because he forgot he was an angel, so he's refinding his identity.
Yeah.
Through
saving Sam and Dean.
Angelic. Yeah. I mean, honestly, we all worship at the altar of the Winchesters.
I mean,
do we not?
Clearly.
Yeah. I think everybody is in love with Misha, by the way, because the shot of his legs and then his butt.
Iconic. Who does a butt shot like that? I can understand the legs, but like they didn't have to pan up to his butt. But someone was like, "No, I have to do it." It's like it's calling to me.
This was written by Sarah Gamble and directed by Robert Singer. So we know Robert Singer loves a good zoom. So he could have easily zoomed into Dean from like Cass's legs, but he wanted to get Dean's reaction.
Yeah. To the butt.
With the butt.
With the butt. The whole butt. So great.
Yeah. It was awesome. So I was going to say something before we start recording, but I was like, I want to save it to say it now. I've watched this episode quite a few times. I don't know how many times, but I've seen it often. And like rewatching it this time, I'm like, I've always watched this episode in terms of Sam and what he's going through. I realized I never paid attention that this is when Cass came back.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of want to go back to when I first watched the show and like, was I a Sam girl? I might have been a Sam girl the first time through.
I recall you were a Sam girl.
I think so. I mean, when it got towards the end of the series, not so much. But as we've gone through and I'm like watching with intention, I'm sorry, Sam.
You're a convert. A Dean girl convert.
I am. Yeah. I certainly am.
I do remember you being more into Sam the first time round.
And I guess you could tell by some of the commentary that I've made of like his appeal, I guess. But like, I'm not getting it this time round.
That's so funny.
Dean is way more interesting.
We're older, wiser.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a good friend leading me down the right path or the wrong one. I don't know.
I'll never tell.
Yeah, right. I'll leave that up to your interpretation. I love the evil smile that you're giving me right now.
I did fully drag you back into this. I feel like I do apologise for that profusely.
Oh no, I'm you know, who doesn't like having their emotions torn apart and then obsess over a show for 4 years later after that?
Oh, yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It's a good one to obsess over. Like, what else are you going to do? Watch Game of Thrones? Ugh.
No. I mean, that show also had a bad ending, but like, at least the characters in this show are interesting. You know?
Ooh, burn.
Yeah. But this episode, just so good.
Yeah.
Round of applause all the way around for everybody in it.
Sarah Gamble, she just knows how to hit those emotional beats, I feel.
Yes. Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Yep.
I bet she writes fan fiction. Like, I bet she does.
Oh, God. But it's not, it's going to be like some really obscure show that like nobody's heard
100%. But like, just there's something about it. Just the emotional beats this episode. I'm like, yeah, she writes fanfic.
Also, this episode also proves that they know how to make somebody look exhausted and rough. I mean, Jared still doesn't look awful because they're actors and, you know, they're never going to like make him look super awful. But like, they tried, like they gave him the bags under his eyes. He had a beard like growing out and stuff. They didn't do that with Dean. They didn't even try.
I don't think it's possible. Like, I don't think it's possible. Like, this is probably showing when we record this. I'm watching like Countdown at the minute, which there's a spoiler in that show, but like maybe Jensen's character should be looking rougher than he is at points. And I'm like, no, they couldn't do it. You just can't make like a well-lit Jensen Ackles look like he's like haggard. It's just impossible. The makeup department, like, I keep putting it on and like his face doesn't change.
It just melts off.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's, and so like I've been going back to the gym and like seeing the early episodes. I'm like, the funniest thing about watching like Supernatural, any kind of like show with the sound off, is how much like posturing they do. And like, because I was watching it, the episode that came up was the fucking, I was telling you about the bloody Jenny the vampire origin story. And like just the excessive pouting. Like, you don't notice it when they're actually on screen talking and you're paying attention to what's being said, but like, I was just like, anyway, but yes, I don't know where I was going with that. I just wanted to say that, I guess. Oh, because they still look really good back then.
Yeah, I agree.
Even with like all the extra filters of the graininess and all that kind of stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah. So, yes. This episode.
Yeah. I think we should do it. I think we shouldn't have, I was like, we shouldn't have too much preamble, but we've already like 10 minutes in. But maybe let's just get into it. And I have some things to say, I think, along the way. But I think the episode speaks for itself. For this one.
It really does. There isn't really much you can add to it. No. Like, this is just really well written, really well acted. So, because you already seen the episode a week ago, the girl in this is Abby from Hannibal.
No, she's not. I checked on IMDb.
Oh, she's not?
Like, because I had the same
She looks
thought.
exactly
I had
the
same thought while I was watching this. That's what I was like Googling the end of last episode, which probably isn't cut in because it was just me typing on a keyboard. I was checking and I'm pretty sure it's not her. Double check now, but she looks like Abigail. She does, from Hannibal. Part of it, I think, is like the neck injury also.
She is. I don't know who you were looking at,
fine.
but I'm looking at her credit and she is in it.
Okay,
She is Abigail Hobbs.
Happy to be proven wrong on that because I was like, that's her. Isn't it weird she had like a neck injury in 2 different shows?
Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, does she have a natural like scar on her neck or something, and that's why they do that?
I don't know.
But I don't think she does.
No, because in Hannibal it's like for context, like that it happens to her.
Right, but you know, like Jason Momoa, whenever he's like on screen, he will well, not always, but sometimes he'll get an injury on a movie to like cover up the scar on his eyebrow.
That's so
to explain that.
That's so stupid. Honestly, people just sometimes have whatever. But yeah, maybe. Yeah. I'm so glad it's her. Oh my god, because I was literally thinking like I was going crazy, and there were just two actresses that just looked identical.
I mean, there is Bryce Howard and Jessica Chastain.
Yeah.
I put them side by side, I won't be able to tell you who's who.
No, I agree. But yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you googled that, because I'm like, I've tried last time. Yeah, cool. That is funny. Wow, typecast much.
I know, right? And like, anyway, we said we were going to do a short preamble. If I say what I'm going to say, then it will not be short. Okay. So, let's get into the episode, and we will talk about everything that needs to be talked about, because we didn't even mention that Meg's in this episode. But yeah. Okay, so we get the opening line of "You know what Cass did?" And I'm like, oh, hello.
What didn't Cass do?
Right. Everything but the D. Anyway, no. You know, damn, inside your brother's head is broken, and so we see like flashes, or is all but gone. That's what Bobby is saying to Dean, and we're seeing like bits and pieces of the end of last season and the beginning of this season, where Sam is starting to see hell in real life. Then Lucifer just being a general nuisance. They've done this a couple times in this season, where they've like taken a scene and just mumbled up the order of it. So they showed Lucifer yelling at Sam, and then at the end of this whole bit, they then show the beginning of that whole section. I'm like, why not just? I'll never understand why they just don't do it in order. Like,
editing.
Anyway, yes. So there's a lot from Repo Men. Repo Man. I don't remember if it was one man or two. It ends with like Lucifer saying, "No nap for you, Sammy."
Yeah.
And then we cut into the episode. Sam's running again. Because I always feel like Sam is running.
Yeah, absolutely. They love to do a start of an episode just Sam just booking it, you know?
Yep, there's emotional things that he's going through, or like a physical thing that he's running.
Yeah.
Just like when the wall broke initially, he was running. In his memories.
Yeah, that's so true. I think the clown episode, running.
Yeah, running. Every time. We have seen it with Dean, but I do feel like it's more Sam that ends up just being chased.
Yeah,
it's too big.
I think so too. Yeah, I think it's just almost funnier because he is a larger man, to just see him running like looking behind him. I don't know why. And there's something the way that they both run. They both do this. It's just there's something so funny about it, and I can't explain what it is. I don't even know. It's like the cheesiest horror movie you've ever watched, kind of running.
Yeah, and I feel like because you have to act running, right? Because you see when he's doing his like exercise running and like jogging on is usually pretty normal. Right. He's just like la da 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 da. But then like chase running, it's funny.
I think as well because it's usually like towards the camera. It's just more humorous. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't explain it. It's just something.
So Sam is running in like a train yard, and it's not a good area. It's sort of like we see some people, sketchy people, and he runs through like a little group of them. They're like, "Hey, watch out!" He's like, "Sorry." He then like goes down an alleyway as this drug deal just like finishes out.
Yeah,
and the guy is like, hang on, I don't even have the transcript in front of me. I'm just like remembering this episode because I've watched it so many times. And like Sam looks rough, or attempts to look rough. He has the like dark red circles under his eyes. And he's just like, you know, and the dealer is like, "Yo, go away, like you're ruining my spot," kind of thing. And Sam's just like, "Leave me alone. Like I don't want anything from you." The guy's like, the dealer then asks what he's taken, and Sam says nothing, and he's like, no way, like, shut up, that's not true. And then we see Lucifer, who he's been clearly trying to run from this whole entire time, just like appear, and Sam like jolts because Lucifer says, come
on, Sam, tell the nice tweaker. You'd be sleeping by now if the devil would just leave you alone for 5 seconds. Stupid Satan, chasing you all the way to where the hell are we?
Do you think he's just been running for like hours?
I don't know, because you're like, he's got to the point where he's just like so exhausted, he'll try anything, So he's like, maybe if I run, or he's just like, his mental state right now is not the best. So
yeah,
I think he's trying anything. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been that tired where you're just like, oh my god, go to sleep. And it's just, the more you think about going to sleep, the like worse it gets until you don't sleep, and it's still horrendous.
Yes. Yeah, I think the longest I've stayed awake for is like 2 days. And that, by the end of the second day, it was rough.
Yeah. I think it's almost worse sometimes when you're getting interrupted sleep as well. I have to wake up every 2 hours or something, because you just start to like settle down, and like your alarm goes off again.
Yeah, no, that's the worst. Sam's like, no, I just need some rest. And so the guy ends up just sort of asking, like, hey, I can help you. Like, and you just see the dealer like passed out in a car, and Sam's in the passenger seat, and he gets jolted awake by like a pipe going through the windshield.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy style. Final Destination style. Sam gets out of the car and he realizes it's not real. And Lucifer starts to sing at him, and he starts to walk away. He's like, wait, I thought you liked my singing. And as Sam continues to walk through this train yard, just like, Lucifer is just being a nuisance.
Yeah.
More. It's like, you thought you'd get, like, you're just bringing free drugs to the party. Like, all of these lines, I remembered them, and I was like, this is so wild to be here again.
Yeah.
And like understand like the context and everything around this episode, because I do feel like I've watched episodes sort of because this is such a good episode, I've gone back to watch it.
For sure.
But not in light of everything else that was happening.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just like, whoa, this episode's so important. Sam starts running again. He ends up running into the middle of the road and getting hit by a car. Yeah. And then we get the title card.
He gets like totally, I wasn't expecting to get hit by a car. I did forget that's why he ended up in the hospital, because like he fully gets flung by this car.
Yes. Yeah. The fact he only got like a broken rib is probably because he is so tired and like just like a jelly man.
Yeah. I think there's sort of like almost like a countdown as well here, because Lucifer mentions like, what's the longest time anyone has ever gone without sleep? Like 11 days. And Sam's been up for like a week already or something. I can't remember how long it's supposed to be. But there's sort of like this ticking clock of thinking this no sleep thing is literally going to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah. And he, like, Sam doesn't care anymore.
No.
Right? He didn't intentionally get hit by a car.
No.
It was like he's just not paying attention. We all thought Dean was going to get himself killed. Nah, it looks like Sam is.
Tiredness kills, as they say on like the driving warning things. Yeah. So Sam gets wrecked by this car. So we cut to Dean going into a hospital and like bothering the person at reception, which is just like, you can't buy, a nurse says, you can't buy gin without an appointment. And he's like, they said talk to Kadinsky, so I guess he has the name of Sam's doctor, and then he's kind of just walking and talking while he's going through this, like complaining that he can't see Sam. She asks if he's Sam Smith's brother, so obviously using a fake identity, which makes sense. And then the doctor turns up and is like, oh, it's fine, like he can go in. So he explains about Sam's injuries, like he has broken rib and like lots of lacerations, including on his face. And throughout this, like Sam has lots of cuts on his face as well. And Dean's like, okay, well that's not too bad. Like fine, like we've had worse,
right?
And then Dr. Kadinsky says like he's also on a locked psychiatric ward, and he's like, what? But he does admit, he's like, well, I know he's had some trouble. And the doctor interrupts him like, so you're aware that he's experienced a full-blown psychotic episode? Dean kind of disputes that. He's like, no, he's not. He's kind of fine. I obviously know there's something going on, but he's fine. The doctor refutes that. It's like, the insomnia is like whether his condition brought on his insomnia or his insomnia is causing like what's the chicken and egg situation here, because he's not sleeping. And they explain they've literally pumped him full of sedatives and he just won't fall asleep, which is medical marvel. Like I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
So while they're walking, we see them go through. It then cuts to Sam by himself in his room. And we just see Lucifer like sat behind, because Sam's on the bed looking rough. Mm-hmm. Lucifer sat on the desk by the wall, just bothering him.
Doing the like a cat's cradle thing.
Oh yeah, I used to never be able to do that as a child, like the cat's cradle whole thing.
I could do the first pick up, but after that, no.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of time on my hands. And he's taunting him by saying to Sam, back when you had no soul, you never had to sleep. Then Dean comes in. Lucifer calls Dean Mr. Helpless, which is kind of true.
Yeah.
So they have a little like powwow. Sam's trying to be sort of like chipper about it, like he's kind of making little jokes, but he's clearly exhausted. And Dean kind of says to him like, look, I'm going to solve this, like I'm going to fix it, like whatever I need to do.
I don't think it's out there, Dean.
We don't know that.
No better than most. It's all snake oil.
He really has given up, but I think he's just been worn down by the lack of sleep, I think. And also he does say later like there's some kind of, almost feels like he deserves it in some way, this punishment. That's very Sam. We've talked about this before, about like he thinks he's the worst person in the world, like he deserves to be punished for everything he's done. So Sam explains most of it is snake oil, like anything out there. He even mentions Faith back in season 1. He says, the last Faith healer we hooked up with had a Reaper on a leash, remember? Mm-hmm. And then Dean gets kind of mad, because that's what Dean does when he's worried. He's like, you don't want my help! And Sam's like, don't do this to yourself, like, because he thinks there's no help at all coming. So he's like, don't go out and like try and find a solution to something that can't be fixed, even though track record is most things can be fixed in their world.
Yeah, like I guess I'm surprised they didn't go to anybody. I mean, I know Death said it was a one-time deal, but Death loves Dean. He would have done something.
Maybe, yeah. And I guess Sam has prior with Lucifer, like they never really did solve the Lucifer issue, right? He still got possessed, and it was only like that brief moment of like punching Dean in the face that he managed to throw him in the pit. Mm-hmm. So they didn't actually really solve anything there around Lucifer. And Sam has spent a long time with him, so we must think that he knows how powerful and vindictive he is. Which is why his hallucination is like that.
Yeah. And honestly, he's probably thinking, like, as awful as this sounds, and I'm really sorry to say this, but he's like, if I'm dead, at least I don't have to deal with this, right? Like, he's at that point where, like, death is better than being awake with this mofo.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's kind of what it's portraying, with the difficulties of man, and that's why he's like in the psychiatric ward as well, right, to be kept an eye on, because I'm sure when they brought him in, it wasn't just a sleeping, like his general demeanor is quite, he seems like he needs help.
On a very much downward spiral.
Exactly. So Dean says, like, if I don't find anything, and Sam just says, I'll die. And he talks through this, and after every sentence, Dean's just like, no. He says, Dean, we knew this was coming when you put my soul back. Cass warned you about all the crap it would. And Dean shouts, screw Cass. He says, quit being the Dalai freaking Yoda about it. Which was such a good line. He's like, get angry about it. And Sam just says, I'm too tired. This is what happens when you throw a soul into Lucifer's dog bowl. You think there's just going to be some cure out there. And then Dean just kind of leaves the room. Like, he just leaves. Yeah. Lucifer does say, while they're like staring at each other intently about like the standoff that they're having about like, I'm going to do this. And Sam's like, no, you're not. Lucifer says, oh, you guys are having a moment.
I would love to be on set just to see like having just someone in the... I know Cass has done this a couple times, especially at the end of season 6, where he was like in the room. Yeah. In the room where it happened. Just to have to like act so seriously. Like, because this whole bit is, quite emotional and have like Lucifer there just like...
I think Sam's almost like tuning him out at this point. Obviously it's impossible because he's inside his own head, but he seems to be getting through conversations kind of okay, even with Lucifer like in the background.
I could never. No, I would be talking back because I can't have somebody nattering at me while I'm trying to talk to somebody else.
I can barely carry this conversation, let alone like, and I've got headphones.
Too many distractions.
Yeah. Oh dear. So we cut to Dean. He's going through a journal he's not in the hospital anymore. He's like by himself doing Dean stuff. He's on the phone, I'm a friend of Bobby Singer's, like, call me back, and he leaves his number. And then we see him like cross a name off a list. So he's clearly like going through all the contacts that they have, trying to find information to help Sam. Yeah. We go back.
I think it's Bobby's like phone book.
Yeah, I think you're right. That makes sense as well, because he'll have a list because he's like the coordinator. He has a list of all the hunters. He's literally like trying to find out anything. So he's ringing every hunter they possibly know, every psychic, whatever, It depends who gets back to him though, because I bet a lot don't. Even though I mean, that's why he's using the I'm a friend of Bobby Singer's, right? And I'm Dean Winchester. Like, yeah, they don't particularly like the Winchesters in the hunting world.
No, they do.
So back at the hospital, Sam's looking still pretty rough. There's a nurse looking after him. And then we see like Lucifer looking at him too. So what they're trying to show here is there's clearly like no break for Sam whatsoever in anything that he's doing. Even something as mundane as like having his blood pressure taken.
What's so funny is the Lucifer is reading like a psychiatric diagnostic book, and I think we're all on the same page that Lucifer is Sam's mind.
Absolutely.
So like that kind of means he's read this like massive text, or like maybe he read parts of it because he's talking about narcissistic personality disorders. So like, do you think he went to the library one day and was like, why is my dad such a dick? And like found like the diagnostic book and was like, oh, and it was just like, it's buried in his mind.
100%. Like, he's just a little, wiki articles in his head kind of guy, looking through like, what's wrong with me? Because Sam knows that Lucifer is not real either. Doesn't make him any less real. Yes. Like, doesn't make the hallucinations any less real knowing that they're not happening, like actually happening. So maybe he's trying to diagnose himself. So, I mean, you go through it, like your mind would go through anything, right? And like, what is this? How could I get rid of this, essentially? I don't think you can therapize this. Therapize? That's not a word. You know what I mean, though. I don't think you can go to therapy for this, Sam. Maybe after.
After, for sure. But this one, I think, is... But the thing is, it's not... Is it a supernatural problem? The way that Cass makes it sound at the end of this episode, it clearly is. But he still manages to... Anyway, we'll talk about that when that happens. Yeah. But
yeah, because I see it as like, he's got magical PTSD, essentially.
Okay.
That's my take on it. Like, it's...
I can see that.
Yeah. In some way.
We'll get there.
So we kind of cut back and forth between them. Like we see as well, like Dean make another phone call, put more names off the list, showing that he's not being very successful. We don't know how much time is passing during this, really, either. And they don't really make much reference to it at all.
No. I would imagine it's a few days because I feel like Sam's beard grows in actually throughout this whole episode.
They did a good job of that, actually, because that's like a natural, like, I don't feel like that's prosthetic scruff they gave him. So like, okay, it's been 3 days. Just wait 3 days. Grow out your beard and we'll do it again.
Well, so he's also in a psychiatric ward, so I don't think he wouldn't be with suicidal, like, not tendencies, but ideations. So, or whatever the term is. He wouldn't be allowed to have anything sharp, any razors or anything like that. So, yeah.
I think it's a good attention to detail, to be fair, that he's got his, like, beard growing in. So Lucifer reads that from the book. A nurse comes in and gives him some meds, and like Sam's just taking them. He's trying anything. Lucifer in the background is talking about like narcissistic personality disorder. He's like, sets unrealistic goals, check, but trouble keeping healthy relationships, not so sure about that one. I'm guessing, like, I think he's referring to, first of all, himself, and then also all the other relationships that Sam's had. But I think, because he's saying, do you have trouble keeping healthy relationships? Because I'm here, and this is clearly a healthy relationship.
Right, yeah.
I'm not even going to bother talking about that, because he's literally just like doing some more.
Well, no. It is important. Because it's Bobby's journal.
Yes.
He sets it down.
Oh, yeah, you're so right.
You hear a whoosh.
Yes.
And it falls to the floor.
Yes. So, yeah, Ghost Bobby gives him a lead with a card to Mackie's taxidermy. You're right. It falls out of his journal. I completely forgot about that. Because it just go like, woo, makes a ghost noise.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot Bobby was a ghost still. Like, they haven't touched on it in a while.
He comes back in like 2 episodes.
I know, but like they haven't touched on it in a while. I'm very short attention span. Like, I don't know. So yeah, he's going to ring that number because it fell out of the thing. So Dr. Kadinsky checks on Sam, asking him about like his pain from the accident. And he's like, oh, it's not bad. Like, it's only a 3 on a scale of 1 to 10. And Dr. Kadinsky's like, oh, you don't have to lie, Sam. You've suffered terrible agony. Your 10 must be astronomical. So I was like, yeah, I guess.
But the worst is knowing that there's always a new 10.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about the truly elegant torture I have prepared for you today, Sam.
And then he like morphs into Lucifer. And like, I don't think that's happened to Sam before because of the surprise on his face. That he's now seeing real people, a lot of hallucinations of real people when is actually Lucifer. So he never knows kind of who he's talking to at all now.
Right, and I guess that was the trick of his brain because Lucifer's found out that he's not going to talk to me, so I need to force him to talk to me, so I'm going to be the people around him.
It stops him from ignoring. You're so right, yeah. And Sam's like, get the hell away from me. And Lucifer says, it's so nice chatting, Sam. I hate these one-sided conversations. Come on, buddy. And he like tries to get him to like fist bump him. He's like, engage. You and me, locked ward. Is it me or is this just like the cage? It's like, oh.
Yeah.
That's what I mean about like Sam almost getting himself into a situation to like relive his trauma in hell as well.
Yeah. Though, honestly, for being I guess the lock ward of it all is like he can't get out of the ward because his door is pretty much always open. Like he can go, like Sam himself can keep going in and out, but he just stays in the room. I guess,
Yeah.
You're not really going to go to sleep walking around, so you might as well lay in bed.
Yeah, and like, I don't think he doesn't seem to have a constant presence of nurses either, so I don't think they're actually worried about him in that way. Like, he's very much just tight. Like, they seem to think that they just need to get him to sleep and he'll probably be okay.
Yeah. I'm surprised he doesn't have like a full risk band on his arm, just because like,
oh, true.
If he is that tired,
I
mean, obviously they don't pay attention to this kind of stuff. Like I've mentioned that before when Dean broke his leg, but
he should have one of those buzzers around his neck that like old elderly people have. Yeah, he's totally. That would be a really nice touch. To be fair,
but
oh
well.
The last bit we see of Sam before we go back to Dean is that he's trying to eat a sandwich, and then it's all like maggoty and gross. So he's also hallucinating disgusting food. So he's not eating as well as sleeping now. And then we kind of pan to like there's a girl, Abigail Hobbs.
Abigail Hobbs. That's it. I didn't actually catch what her name is in this episode. I was like, oh, it's Abigail.
We're going to refer to her as Abigail Hobbs from now on. She is watching him from the doorway, like throw away his sandwich. It's just like bleh, maggots.
Yeah. I kind of wish that they had done like the turducken sandwich grey goo again. That would have been really funny.
That would have been quite good.
But I guess the visual of maggots is
The only actual real reference we get to Leviathans in this episode is like when he bumps into that person in the train yard, he calls him a dick, and I thought that was really funny. Like it was kind of acknowledging the fact that they were still looking for Dick Roman, but like we're not going to do it this episode.
No. This is recovery for Sam. We need all hands on deck.
Yeah.
Or Dick.
Oh, that's very good. I kind of want that on a t-shirt and with like sailor logo around it, you know, like I feel like a Sailor Jerry kind of like all hands on Dick.
You could wear that in so many situations.
So we go back to Dean. He's looking, he's like trawling the internet now for like faith websites and things, anything. But then he gets a phone call. It's Mackie, you know, the person who Bobby suggested he call. Whoa, what a surprise. And he's like, oh, you know, real sorry about Bobby, which is it's nice. Mackie seems like a good guy. We like Mackie.
He does.
Never see him again.
We do. We stan him.
Yeah. But good for
I hope he survived everything.
Me too. Like, yeah, it's just like a decent guy. So he explains that it's like new faith healer. He's called Emmanuel. He appeared a couple of months ago, healing the sick, etc. And he's like, of course I investigate him because I'm a hunter, and this is like, it doesn't seem real. And Dean's like, yeah, of course you did. Which I love.
I would do. He's like, it's very much, I would do the same thing.
Exactly. He's like, you know, the best way to get to him is through his wife, Daphne, out in Colorado. He's like, so, you know, I go, I'm going to tell her that I'm going blind, which is actually true. Like his right eye is messed up. So he's going to try and get that fixed. And she's like, oh, you know, go home. He'll come to you. So he sets up all the traps that he knows for this faith healer. And Dean's like, yeah, you know, absolutely. Hunter Playbook 101. Good man.
Yep.
And then this, you know, Emmanuel shows up. He passes all the tests. There's nothing weird about him. And he's the real deal. Like, his eye was fixed.
I don't believe in much and don't suck through blood. But I wouldn't call you on a maybe.
Such a good way to say that.
I mean, touchy. Since Dean was a vampire for a good day or two.
And after that, we go back to Sam. There's a lot of back and forth in this episode, I'll be honest. But it makes sense because they're equally important storylines in this episode. And Lucifer sounds like a megaphone, like clicking it like on and off and like shouting through it, and it's like the worst noise. I hate that noise so much. And Sam is literally just trying to put his hands over his ears, but the noise is coming from inside his head. I just cannot imagine.
It's coming from inside the house, Sam.
It absolutely is. And then this girl, Abigail, interrupts. That's her name.
Marion.
Interrupts what's going on, and she like hands him a chocolate bar. She's like, you want this or not? She's very standoffish to him. I guess because you don't learn to trust people easily on a psychiatric ward.
As you should, because you don't know
what's going on.
Their ailments are.
Yeah, exactly. So he takes it, sort of, you know, like a puppy is being fed food on the street. He's like, you know, oh, okay, thank you, kind, sir. So they kind of thank each other, and as they're talking, like the loudspeaker is going again, and she sees Sam wince, and she decides to leave at that point because he's clearly having some issue. So she introduced herself to Sam. Her name is Marin, but that doesn't matter. Forget it. And she's like, she's like, Sam, right? And Sam doesn't answer her at all because he's just hearing this loudspeaker blaring, and Lucifer answers for him. It's like, I'm Sam. Hello, Sam. Hi. Messing with him.
Yep.
Right. It's time.
It is time. Let's see if I can do my Rafiki impression. It is done.
Beautiful. I'm going to pour another drink. Pour it out for Castiel.
Poor Daphne too.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about Daphne. Don't worry about it. So there's this really nice suburban house in Colorado that Dean walks up to. He goes and knocks on the front door, and he's like, "Hi, is this Daphne Allen's house?" The guy who opens the door is like dark hair, beard, not Castiel, not Misha Collins.
Mm-mm. Nope.
And I was expecting him, so I was like, "Who is this man?" Because I'd forgotten about
this.
Me
too. I was like, excuse me.
Where's the goods?
This was not the reveal that I needed. I saw his name come up in the credits. Right. Like, I need to see him.
I can't believe they did that. Like, what absolute, spoiler. Because
I feel like they could have, I swear they've done this in other shows where they've, left the name off until, they've been on screen.
They do it on Doctor Who. When they, reveal the new Doctor, they do all the credits, and then they're like, and whoever as the Doctor. So he's like, Daphne's resting, and he closes, basically comes outside and closes the door behind him, not letting Dean see inside the house. But how shoddy are these demons? Because through an open window, an uncurtained window, he sees Daphne tied to a chair.
Yep.
And he immediately looks back at the guy who's claiming to be Emmanuel, who's not. Mm-hmm. And his eyes turn black. And he just goes, you were saying Dean. So they know who he is.
Yeah, of course.
Dean says, I think twice. Or don't you know that your boss issued a hands-off memo? And the demon just laughs at him and says, please, what have you done for him lately? Roman's head on a plate? Whatever Emmanuel is, Crowley's going to want him a lot more than he wants you these days. Which, I'm not touching that one. Just, oh yeah, exes, man, brutal.
Exes, right? Yep.
And Dean just absolutely. I remember a time when one demon was a big deal, and Dean just straight up murders these guys.
No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
Whatsoever.
He stabs him with a knife, and pushes him down the stairs. And as he falls to the ground, we see feet. And then it pans up to a really good butt shot, as we were talking about earlier. And you see Dean with the knife in hand on it's such a good shot. You just go look at it again. Yes. The way they frame it is so good. I think I know why they did it like this. They never really frame men's legs like this. If you had this happen, it would be a woman in heels, right? Who's like, I'm here. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The bitch is back.
It'll be some sort of right. It'll be some sort of pencil skirt, and she's whatever. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. So I love that they're framing Cass's return as that his dead wife has just returned.
Even the way he's stood as well is very much. Yeah. No, you're right.
Right. Yeah.
It is. It's very feminine.
And then it sort of we see Dean looking confused, and then it flicks to Emmanuel, who is Cass. Well, we don't know it's Cass yet. He looks like Jimmy Novak, so I guess you could assume if you'd never watched this episode before that there's this faith healer just happens to look like poor dead Castiel.
Yeah.
Because he asks, what was that? You just stabbed the guy, and then his eyes flashed, and you threw him to the ground.
He can also see his face. You can see the demon's face. That's why.
Oh, yeah, that's so true.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
Because that's why he says, what was that? Because it's like, that's not a person, that's a that.
You are correct.
You also know it's not Cass because the hair. The hair is different. Right. I can't explain why it's different, but it is different. There's like a little piece that goes on his forehead, then it just sort of stays there. Yep. It's very Superman-esque. I feel like he doesn't, but then like, I feel like Cass's hair is more spiky.
It is. It's ruffled. Like, he doesn't really care about it. He doesn't brush his hair, is the vibe you get from Cass.
Right.
I feel,
why would he?
I feel like occasionally Dean straightens it for him, but most of the time it's like poof, you know?
Yeah.
So Daphne definitely did his hair, as and also the wardrobe, because this look is like a pastor. I can't describe it. You know the like vicar who played guitar in church when you were young at school. He looks like that guy.
He does, and he turned out to be a good guy.
Yeah.
I think it's the cable knit sweater, isn't it?
It's a sweater. Yeah, because he also doesn't look like Jimmy Novak, you know, which is important, I think.
No.
But yeah, Daphne definitely dressed him and like took him to the barber to do his hair. 100%.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he had no clothes.
I mean, if his hair even grows. I need to talk about Daphne in a minute. Let's get to the end of the scene, and then I'll talk about Daphne because, like, I have thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, yes, well, true. So they're inside the house now, and Emmanuel Cass. Should we call him Cass?
Just call him Cass.
Or should we call Emmanuel Cass? Because he's on screen. He removes the rope and the gag, and when he was taking the rope off, I was like, this rope is really thick.
Yeah.
Like really abnormally thick. Like why did they bring it? Like did the demons bring it? Or was it like in their house? I was just very confused. And I also was like, the way that she's tied, she's literally just tied around her like chest. Yeah. And I'm like, you could have wiggled out of that. I think she was a demon. Well, no, because he can see demons' faces.
No.
I don't know. There's something about her, Daphne. There's something about
Daphne.
And Cass says, that creature hurt you. It's like, I'm okay, but Emmanuel, they're looking for you. So like, there's something about her.
Yeah.
They haven't actually introduced themselves because Cass turns around, puts his hand out to Dean and is like, I'm Emmanuel. And Dean's like, yeah, I'm Dean, and like shakes his hand.
The faces that Dean makes through this whole exchange. There's this one look, and it's not even after like a really, because I went back and watched it for a second because I was like, what did he say to make him make that face? And it wasn't even like that profound, but he just looked so sad. Like his eyebrows draw up, his like mouth kind of opens. He's just like, you know,
Because I think it's this line of like, thank you for protecting my wife. And he's like, your wife? Right.
Yeah.
I guess he's like, wait, you already had a wife? Because his other one, when he was Jimmy Novak, his wife died.
Mrs. Novak, right? Yeah. She did die, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's not, he's legally allowed to do that now. It's not polygamy.
Okay, yeah. That was my last thought of this, of like, is this marriage legal? I mean, to be fair, that's a valid question that we will get to when we talk about Daphne.
So Dean explains that he was a demon.
A demon walked the earth. Demons, whackloads of them you don't know about.
So Daphne says to Cass, you saw the demon's true face. And she then explains, Emmanuel has very special gifts. She's an angel.
No, she's not. She's just a weird human. We need to talk about her. She's not an angel.
So Dean's like, I've heard about Emmanuel, that you can help heal people. And Cass says, I seem to be able to help to a certain degree. What's your issue? And there was something about that. I was just like, what a way to phrase that.
Yeah.
What's your issue? It's like, Well, do you have like 6 months to go through my issues?
Right. What are my issues? I mean, you are 90% of them. Oh, okay, maybe 50, because like Sam's a pretty big chunk of it, but you know.
He's 55%. Cass is 55%.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Dean just responds with my brother. Mm-hmm. Which then we go see.
Let's talk about Daphne. Yes, let's do it.
Let's talk about Daphne. Because this is the only scene she's in.
Right.
We don't see her again. She's never mentioned again.
No.
Oh, no, she is mentioned.
She is mentioned again. But it's all good. The absolute... we have to stand Daphne. Because... I don't know when she explains it. She explains it later on, but we'll come to it. She basically found this man naked in the woods, crawled out of a river, and was like, he's hot, I'm going to marry him. Like, that's basically what she did.
This is also within months.
Months.
Right? Well, actually, I don't know. I think this she found him pretty much within a week of the reservoir situation.
I think so.
And then as time has gone on, Cass has like figured out he can heal people.
Yeah.
And then within the last couple of months, he started healing people. So he's actually been around. Mm-hmm. But even still, it's been less than a year. She locked that.
She's like, yeah, naked man in the woods, hot, blue eyes. She didn't even know he was a faith healer at that point. She was like, no, I'm going to marry this amnesiac that I found because he doesn't have a name. She named him. Absolutely wild.
Yep.
Dressed him, did his hair. The control freak of this woman. And then they got married, but how? Because he has no identity, papers, anything, social security number. That's the thing in America, right? Like, he has nothing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you need at least some of those documents to get married. Or did they just get married in their church randomly?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
She is probably one of those, like, culty church members.
She believes in demons. Like, she was like, yeah, demons, man. You know, like 100%.
Yeah, she totally is an evangelical Christian person.
Sure.
And is all about the rapture and all that kind of stuff, which is hilarious because like they've just done it. Right?
Yeah.
Literally. So yeah. All right, you're Daphne.
Yeah.
Your husband has just disappeared.
Yeah.
Are you not going after him? Find out where he went.
He just goes. He just disappears. I feel like maybe she gets another mention at some point. I feel like that must be the case because it's what he literally is like, yeah, I'm going to go on like a faith mission to heal someone and never returns. No one looks for him. Because I feel like it wouldn't be that hard. I guess he just... Because what name is he checked under at the like psychiatric ward at the end of this episode?
Probably Emmanuel, right?
Right, it would make sense too, but maybe not. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just Novak again. It would make... I mean, Jimmy Novak did go missing, so he could just assume his identity. He has his fingerprints.
But also, now that he's got his memories back and he knows that he's Cass at the end of this episode, there is also... He could go back and just be like, I'm going to take... Well, he didn't do it. He didn't have the opportunity to do it at the end of this episode because he's not himself. But like, we know he can erase.
He could whammy her.
Yeah.
For
so
sure.
That's what I think. He goes back once he's like back to his normal Cass self after all of this.
But like, canonically, they're still married. But then we've maybe assumed that it wasn't a legal marriage. So maybe it doesn't matter. I 100% headcanon this was a lavender marriage. Like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They jumped over a stick in the backyard and they were married.
And I don't feel like it's a romantic affair, you know. So I just can't. I don't know. Why would she marry him? This is the bit that's wild to me. Yeah. Why would she marry him? Because I can understand her like taking this man into her home and being like, he was a sign from God and now he can heal people. Great. But why did she marry him?
It's very strange.
Yeah.
Because you, like you said, you named him and like you took care. This feels very like motherly kind of.
The power imbalance. Because she doesn't remember anything.
And like the way that he acts, like he doesn't even act like he is super into her. Like, it's just like, yeah, she's a really good friend.
Right. This, I mean, lavender marriage, 100%.
That's it.
So, like, I love Daphne. This is why I think Sarah Gamble writes fan fiction, because this is straight out of some kind of like, I don't know. I don't even know.
Out of a fanfic.
It is. Who gets married to a man they found in the woods? Who? Nobody.
Daphne.
Yeah.
But honestly, if someone who looked like Misha Collins walked out of the wood naked, I would try and start dating him.
Would you though?
Sure.
Would you? Because really think about
true.
Them.
No, you're right.
I feel no matter
realistically
how hot, no matter how hot, you would take them to a hospital rather than marrying them, taking them back to your house. It's weird. It's yeah. But also Stan Daphne, because what in the fan fiction? It's a Becky move, is all I'm saying.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Her she joined the Supernatural like wiki or like Reddit pages, and her and Becky talk all the time. I was married as well to one of the Team Freedom.
Yeah, exactly. That's absolutely. They can join a support group. Absolutely. Yeah.
So is Dean the only one that doesn't get married in the show?
Yes, I think so.
Even though he had Lisa like for a year.
He can't do commitment. Well, I don't know what else to tell you.
He can't. Yeah, that's true.
And to be fair, neither does Sam. Because he didn't get married of his own free will.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Also,
neither did Cass. Really. We've got that.
Oh, yeah.
It's all sham marriages all the way down.
The only reason, like the storyline that I can see for them marrying Cass to this woman is to see Dean's reaction to it. Yeah. There's no other reason.
Nope.
Sarah Gamble gets it. I feel like she does. I know she kind of didn't. I know she tried to kill off Cass. Okay. I know that happened. But also, I think she knows.
It's because she was like, let me update my fanfic. I haven't written in a while. Like Supernatural's kind of, I don't know, maybe a bit on the rocks. So let me go update this. And then she was like, oh, this stuff's actually really interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me incorporate
it. But I think this whole situation is hilarious. I love this reintroduction to Cass, because there was zero need for it, and they could have just had him be like a faith healer.
I think it's also maybe like a little bit of a, like I said, commentary on like the weird religious people that are out there who like, because I do feel like Sarah Gamble makes those kind of,
she does, yeah,
not statements, but points sometimes as well, that like
she wrote Faith as well, didn't she?
Yeah.
So I think she clearly has some kind of like, and I understand it, because these people prey on vulnerable people, you know, so I understand why she's making that commentary. And I think it's interesting that she also wrote this one and decided that Cass is going to come back as a faith healer.
Well, so she also wrote the other one, I think it's in season 2 or 3, where a ghost of a priest is like killing everybody.
Yeah, so true. And I think that's what she's saying. It's like, well, he's a real faith healer, but the only reason that he's real is because he's a literal angel.
Right.
And like, guys, I hate to tell you, but they're not real. So, yeah. I love it. I think Daphne's an excellent character. I can't get over it. I remember at the time watching this, because I didn't know Cass was going to come back. I was like, oh my God, he's wearing like slacks, like khaki. And Cass kind of does anyway, but it's different when they're like navy blue or whatever they were.
They were like a grey.
Oh,
I don't know. There's something about grey pants or grey trousers that are just, I don't know, that just, they look good. And like, because he's usually always in black, right?
Yeah.
Or dark. No, he's dark or, yeah.
No, his suit is black, right?
His jacket is navy. No.
Wait.
Oh, you know what? I don't know.
I'm getting like fan art and actual TV stuff like mixed up here. I'm going to have to see him now, because he does he doesn't wear the outfit in this episode. We'll find out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Wait.
He has a navy tie.
Let me look at my desktop. The suit is black, the tie is navy blue.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I have a picture of Cass that's my desktop.
Fair enough.
They were wearing cowboy, so you know, that cowboy hat scene.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Anyway, let's continue. I feel like...
Yes. So we then go back to the hospital with Sam, and Sam is almost asleep, but then a firecracker goes off and it drops him awake. And Lucifer's there lighting these firecrackers while Wake Up Little Susie is playing. Sam is Little Susie in this situation. Yeah. And Lucifer's like, you're keeping it together better than I thought you would. The same way that someone trapped under a bus keeps it together. Sam says, none of this is real, and Lucifer responds saying, and yet, you know what really sucks? And he throws another firecracker. It doesn't really matter, because I won. Your madness won. Yeah. I mean, look at you. It's hard to believe that you were the guy that saved the world once. So this is him like talking to himself, which is really like, again, we know that Sam, we've said this before. Sam, when he talks to himself, says the most wicked things.
Oh, yeah. We're all our harshest critics, Sam.
Right, exactly. So a nurse brings, or an orderly brings his food, and Lucifer lifts it up and it's like, oh, what's it going to be today? Maggots again, or maybe tapeworm? The orderly that comes in sort of asks how Sam's doing, and Sam asks after the girl. And he's like, well, I can't really talk about her, but here's the tea.
Yeah, so unprofessional.
And she's there because of, it wasn't an accident what happened to her. Yeah. And then we get one of two very awkward car rides in this episode.
Oh my god, I love this so much.
Yeah. So Dean is driving with Cass to the hospital. Yeah. Literally the only time where Supernatural kind of gets that it takes a while to get to places.
I love this. I love this conversation so much.
Yeah. So Dean starts off by saying, so Daphne, is that your wife? He's like, yeah, she found me and cared for me. So we kind of already gone through this. Yeah. It's a strange story. You may not like it. And Dean's like, believe me, I will. I'm like, you'll like anything that Cass tells you.
Yeah. Like,
obviously that's not how it's supposed to be taken. It's just like, he wants to know what happened. He just wants to know the facts, but no, he just wants to listen to you talk.
Yeah.
As an English person in America, I have this said to me all the time. They just want to hear me talk.
Nice.
I should tell them I do this, but then they'll know how weird I am. So
yeah.
Anyway. So Cass goes on to say,
a few months ago, she was hiking by the river, and I wandered into her path, drenched and confused and unclothed.
I love how they added that. That was completely unnecessary.
I know.
Like, you didn't have to add that in.
It kind of was necessary because Dean had the coat, so it's establishing that was Cass because his clothes did all float to the surface, so he would be naked.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Fine. I mean, but like again, it doesn't need to be said though, right? That was just for us to be able to visualize a naked Misha. Let's be real. And Dean. Yeah. Yeah. He then goes on to say, I had no memory. She said God wanted her to find me. And he said, wait! Dean asked, who named you?
Okay, no, finish. It's fine.
Well, no, because honestly, Chuck did.
Right.
Because Chuck wants him back in the story. Yeah.
But like, Chuck... Okay, this is so funny. No, this is funny. So... Did God, aka Chuck, actually send this woman, Daphne, to go find naked Cass and marry him for the drama of it all?
Yes, absolutely. When you put Chuck into this, and like, because I kind of forgot that he said this. Yeah, So you were talking about fan fiction. Yeah. This whole Supernatural is God's fan fiction. Right. Of humans, or of a set of humans. So he was just like, I need to get Cass back into here. Let me have him marry somebody so that they can have a conversation.
And that's why we never hear about Daphne again, because that happens to women in fan fiction all the time. They're just like an inconvenience to the main ship. Oh, poor Daphne. You got troped.
I mean, it's supernatural. Yeah. Every woman gets troped. Let's be real. Yep. Yeah. It's so funny because, like, throughout all of this, Cass sounds kind of like Cass, but like less. What's the word I'm looking for? Not burly, but like downtrodden.
Yeah.
You know, because he seems quite light in him. Like, he's happily helping people. Mm-hmm. He's living a life. He's married. It is what it is. But then as soon as he becomes Cass again, he's like...
Cat has a very, like, wet cat energy, right?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Whereas as Emmanuel doesn't, because he's not yet been put in the bath.
He's flea bitten.
He's yeah.
Right now.
He's still all floofy.
Yeah. No. So Dean asks who named him Emmanuel, and he says bouncingbabynames.com. I said the reason why I brought up the fact that he still he sounds different. He still talks like Cass, though.
Yes.
Because, like, that's a very literal way of answering that question. Mm-hmm. We all, because, like, he wouldn't have gone onto a website to find a name. Like, he doesn't know what the internet is.
Exactly.
He's forgotten everything.
Well, it's working for you.
What a line!
Dean, you can't come on to your amnesiac best friend, like, within the 2 minutes of meeting him. My gosh.
No.
Man can't help himself.
Could you? No, really?
With that sweater? Absolutely not.
So Dean says it must be weird not knowing who you are, and Cass just says, well, it's my life and it's a good life. You know, and then Dean says, what if you were some kind of, I don't know, bad guy? It's like, I don't feel like a bad person, but you're not really a person, so...
And you're not really a bad guy, and Dean's already forgiven you. I know Sam's going through it, and he does get a bit angry at Cass because of that in this episode, but also, like, he has forgiven Cass.
That last scene absolves him completely.
Yeah.
In this episode.
Exactly. He's already forgiven Cass a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Because they've mentioned it several times how, like, cut up he is since Cass died. Not since Cass betrayed them, since Cass died.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So we go back to the hospital, and I feel bad for calling her Abigail, but whatever. And Sam's just like pottering around, mm-hmm. and she comes in, and she says, "Man, you must be really determined to wait out nap time." And she holds out another chocolate bar to him. She starts to leave, or he doesn't take it.
Yeah,
I guess he doesn't trust anything, so he doesn't want to touch her, doesn't want to go near her, kind of thing.
True.
So she throws it on. She throws it onto the bed, and starts to leave. And he's like, "Wait, share this with me," because I guess he saw that it affected the world.
Yeah,
properly.
That's true. Yeah, like bouncing on the bed. Like, and maybe if he shares food with someone, it's less likely to go all gross. If he's focusing on someone else eating it too, I don't know.
That's true. Yeah,
and also desperate for human connection because that's Sam.
True. Yeah. This girl is really trusting. Like, if you saw a giant kind of going a bit... I mean, he looks just very tired and worn down. So it's unlikely that he's going to, like, just randomly go after you.
He looks pretty, like, sad, you know? Like, yeah. And also, I imagine that being on a ward like that is super boring. So you would just go and talk to people. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. She says thank you, and she's like, I don't know why I'm thanking you for a candy bar that I stole. And Sam tries to open the wrapper but can't, because obviously this is probably day 7, maybe 8 of him not sleeping, so he just has no strength left, so he can't even open a bar of chocolate.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god, what's the world coming to? So he kind of tries to get some background information on her, and she's been there for 5 weeks going for the record, and she won't tell Sam what's going on. So Sam just says, that's a lot of bandages for it doesn't matter. And she asks, do you want the doctor's answer? You want the doctor's answer? I'm psychotically depressed with suicidal ideation.
And the not doctor answer?
I feel like crap. Just want it to be over.
So she's a reflection of him
for sure.
as well.
Yeah.
In this episode. Which I think is funny that a ghost burns up, but anyway.
I mean, it all kind of works out, yeah. Like, it's a very good mirror.
Yeah. So she's like, all right, tell me that I'm young and I have everything to live for. And he's just like, would you believe me? It's like, yeah, true. This place is a huge gossip. And I guess, the only way you would ever find out what anybody's going through is through the nurses. Yeah. So the nurses are talking and the patients are hearing, and then the patients are talking. Because she says, I heard you're here because your voices won't let you sleep. She's like, just one. She's like, who is it? Charles Manson or the devil? He's like, yeah, kind of. And she says, I hear a voice too. And Sam asks, is that why you set the fire? He says, who told you that? Sam is just a smart boy, even though he's, dying slowly. And he deduced it was because of the bandages, but it's like, but she doesn't have any sort of special bandage.
Yeah.
Because they usually have like burn. Anyway, it's okay. That's fine. She gets really defensive about that.
Yeah.
And she yells at him saying, I didn't set the fire, he did. You know what? I don't even know why I'm talking. You're crazier than I am. Charles Manson tells you what to do. At least it's my own brother. And she's like, yeah, it sucks when your dead brother is saying, kill yourself to be with him or he'll do it for you. And then she leaves.
Yeah.
I love how whenever a brother is mentioned, it goes to the other one.
Oh, yeah.
It goes to the other brother.
It's pretty, yeah. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, Supernatural? Yeah.
Sarah Gamble, what? Because we're then back with Dean and Cass. Yeah. And Cass is trying to find out what's wrong with Sam. And Dean says it's not exactly medical. That should be fine. I can cure illness of the spiritual origin. How do you know that? I guess
he's tried before, I guess.
Anyway. Spiritual. Okay. Well, someone did this to him, so this is Dean telling Cass.
Yeah.
And Cass catches on that he's angry. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. I mean, considering the guy plays poker, Dean doesn't have a very good poker face,
Oh god, no, he does not. We already know this from that episode.
Yeah,
the bad luck episode. Not bad luck, but anyway. Benjamin Button episode.
Oh yeah.
Dude broke my brother's head.
He betrayed you, this dude. He was your friend?
Yeah, well, he's gone.
Did you kill him? I sense that you kill a lot of people.
And he's just sat chilling with him in the car, But there's just this innate trust of Dean, I feel, I feel like Emmanuel/Cass trusts everybody because he's probably quite naive in himself, as Cass was. But also there must be some recollection of I can trust this person.
Yeah, I don't think he I think there was recognition within Cass and his just being kind of I know you, but I don't know why I know you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with you because I feel like I should.
I think that he definitely catches on because he does mention at one point, you know me. So he must have been having thoughts that he knew him already, from way before. But yeah, this is I like this kind of conversation where they're talking about him and not talking about him, because Dean doesn't know at this point that he is Cass. He just thinks he looks like him, right? Or is he thinking that he is Cass?
I think he's thinking he is Cass, just with no memory, because when he confronts Meg over it.
Yeah, because he can see demons and stuff, so he's doing angel things. So yeah, you're right. I think he immediately thinks that's Cass. He's lost his memories because he'd been brought back before, right? So it's not that big a leap.
And also, the hunter Mackie, who we stan, he I'm guessing he doesn't know how to identify angels.
No, I don't think many people do.
So when he set out all the traps, he did come across it as just like human with healing powers, right? Because I'm thinking like, why didn't Dean do like extra tests? But of course, like throw in something on an angel, or on a person, and they're going to be like, why did you do that?
The only thing they know really works against angels is the holy oil, and I gather that's hard to get because they always complain about how hard it is to get.
Without Cass,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. The other thing would be maybe like an angel blade.
Yeah, possibly, but like who has those?
Yeah. I don't think they still have Casses.
I don't think they even still have Casses now.
No. So Dean says, honestly, I don't know if he's dead. Mm-hmm. I just know that this whole thing couldn't be messier. I'm usually able to like shake off this stuff, but it would take time, but I always could. But what Cass did, I just can't, and I don't know why. And Cass says, well, it doesn't really matter to know why. Of course it matters. Cass then says, no, you're not a machine, Dean. You're human. Your friend's name was Cass. That's an odd name. I'm like,
of course he can't shake it off. And I was thinking about this the other day. Cass is literally his only friend.
Yeah.
Right? His only friend that he's ever really had. Because he's just bounced from place to place. And Cass is the only other constant that's been in his life, apart from Sam. And we can count Bobby, but Bobby's more of a father figure than a friend. Really.
Yes. Yep.
And everyone else is dead. So Cass is his only friend, and then he betrayed him, because he did, and died. Mm-hmm. And that's where, but Dean is still more cut off about him dying than betraying him, and I will stand by that.
I 100% agree.
And part of that, I think, is because he died, is like Dean's kind of feeling that he can't then be angry at him. Right?
Right. Yep. Because Sam has made mistakes, right? Mm-hmm. He said yes to Lucifer, then died.
Oh yeah.
And then when Sam came back, he forgave him straight away. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he can. If somebody this is why they forgive it. They forgive John.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody sacrifices themselves for them, that is enough.
You're so right. That is why they forgive John, because they're like, oh, the bad stuff he did. In the end, he died, so we can't stay mad at him. Oh,
yeah,
you totally can though.
It's totally okay. It's fine. So it's now daytime, and they park in some sort of little town, and Dean goes over to a little corner shop type thing, and it gets attacked by a demon. As he stands back up to pick up his knife, he checks his phone and it's now broken. I don't know what the significance of showing that is. I don't feel like that kind of comes into play for the rest of this episode. But they make a point to show that his phone is broken, and he's annoyed by that.
I can't remember. Does Sam try to call him at some point? I can't remember.
I don't know if he even has access to he probably would have access to a phone, but I don't know. It just seems very odd.
Yeah, you're right.
To point that out.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The only thing I can think of is that because it's a burner phone, that number is now dead. So all the people that he had contacted can't reach him now, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. There must be some mention of it because they did make a big point of his phone being broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I'm sure their phones break all the time.
100%. Yeah, I didn't notice that. That's odd.
Or was that Bobby's phone? I don't know. Could be Bobby's phone. So as Dean starts to walk out of this shop, 2 more people come up, and it's 2 more demons. They get the best of him, and his knife goes flying. And then suddenly, when one of them's about to attack, he gets stabbed, and then we see the other demon smoke out.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Cass.
Well, so did Dean.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, because he's like Emmanuel, son of a bitch. And I was right there with him. When the demon falls, It's Meg.
I don't know why I forgot she was in this episode because I totally knew that she was as well. Yeah, Meg.
Meg.
I love Rachel Miner.
So the whole reason why Meg is in this episode is so that the love affair of theirs can continue. That's literally the only reason why.
It's like a little like love triangle. I hate love triangles because they're always like a love corner. You know, there's one person there and they're like being cornered by the other two. But yeah, it kind of works for this. But then it's a love triangle, but like not with Daphne. So it's got to be with Dean. And this is what like is right, because it's like this is the comedic setup to this. It's like amnesiac Cass is now in a car with his two exes. Like that's movie material. They have done movies about that.
Yep. Honestly, if Crowley was in this episode, the triangle would become, what's that shape? Like a diamond. It would become more of a diamond.
More of a diamond.
Because
it's almost like
Cass is at the bottom.
I love spoon. Like this, there's like a scoop at the top and then a tail. It's interesting choice of. Do you know what's funny is that like I understand it's nice to bring Meg back and I love Meg and I know like they did it because like Angel and Demon romantically interesting, fine. And I kind of get Meg CL. I do. But
I mean they do have a connection. Let's be real. Like,
absolutely do.
Her. Yeah, the kiss and dismiss.
Oh, yeah.
The other kiss and dismiss.
The other one that's going on.
Yeah.
But like this whole storyline of Meg's would have still worked if it was Crowley. Just because he has such a grudge against Cass that I feel like he would delight in watching over him while he's stuck in this like institute. Which I think would be really, it would have been so, I mean, where there's a very big lack of female characters in Supernatural, so I'm not complaining at all, but I'm just saying that when we're looking at like ships and interest, this totally would have worked if it was Crowley as well. Because we know they had some kind of like affair behind Dean's back in season 6.
Yeah.
We've already discussed this at length.
Yeah. And we know that Crowley loves to torture somebody, and this this is
peak.
I mean, peak. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I just think it's funny because you totally could replace Meg with Crowley and it would work. I do think it would work, but I'm very glad to have Meg back.
Me too. Me too. She has so many iconic lines in this episode too. Because she's like,
Dean, you got some splaining to do.
I love her voice. I can't describe it. It's like soft but
sensual.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
She's just always trying to come on to you.
100%.
And that, I'm totally for it. Totally for it.
So much.
And the thing I love about Meg is that Rachel Miner is like everybody else in the show. It's very short compared to everybody else. But her presence is so big.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when she's on screen, you are looking at her. Like, who cares about everybody else?
Yeah, you're so right. She just plays a demon so well because she has that presence. I don't know if it could be anyone else. Like I don't think so. Yeah. So Dean on seeing Meg then goes to the door of the convenience store and turns the sign to closed. Like
there was also like two dead bodies in the shop. So
that's also true. But I will say, as someone who's worked in customer service, like that would ever stop anybody from trying to come in.
Right, yeah.
So Meg says, rumors are really starting to fly about this Emmanuel fellow. My curiosity sure got revved up. And Dean is so done with her already. He's like, just tell me what you want.
I mean, I always forget that this is, I don't always forget, but this is Meg 2.0. Meg 1.0, like, did some really horrific things. So, like, the fact that they worked together for basically the rest of the show is actually kind of wild. But then they also get along with Crowley, who's done just as bad things as well. So
it's like
their moral compass kind of changes over time.
It's kind of the enemy of my enemy is my friend situation with both of them, I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, with Meg, there's actually kind of no reason, I feel, for him to be teaming up with her, other than the fact she already knows Cass. She does kind of explain why she's doing it, but, like, it's on Dean's interest.
It's like blackmail, basically.
Yeah. And it's in Dean's interest to keep on, like, Crowley's good side, too. So if he finds out that this happened... Yeah.
True.
But then also a chance to screw over Crowley is why not? So she says, imagine my surprise when I track him down, like Emmanuel, and he's snuggled up with you, and he's the spitting image of poor dead Castiel.
So, Dean, what's poor dead Castiel doing in that junker out there?
I love the phrase poor dead Castiel. Again, t-shirt material.
I know you've already used it.
I have.
By accident in this episode.
So Dean says Christmas caroling, which I think is a reference to the fact that she calls him Clarence.
Yeah, probably.
For sure.
Yeah.
So she's like, how's he alive? Dean says that he doesn't know, but like, don't tell anyone, like, because he doesn't have his memories at all. And she says, she's like, oh, I know all of this because I've been watching you for hours. So here's the deal. You might remember Crowley and me were frosty back in the day. Well, times haven't changed. Dean says, good. And she's like, that hurts my feelings. I've been good to you, Dee. It's like, okay, when? like, yes, but also like... And Dean's like, no, I've been good to you, sweetheart. So yeah, it's very...
You've been good to you. As in, she's been good to herself.
Oh, yes. No, you've been good to you. Yeah, you're right. She's only out for herself. She's very... Yeah. She's like neutral evil, you know, in her own... Doing things for herself.
So I realised what it is. Because Dean calls her sweetheart, which he doesn't give nicknames to anybody. Oh, yeah. Not really. Not in this way, like babe, not, pet names. This, like, she gets people to match her energy.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Because she's the one who's like, you know, calling him Clarence and like, I don't know. She just has this way, right? So like, she just gets people to talk like her, and that was based, that's what it is. I think
that's her demon power almost, is like getting people's energy to hers. That's a good one. I like that. So Dean starts taking some stuff from the shop because why not? They've already murdered 3 people in here.
Yep.
And she's still talking. She's like, you know, rumors of this wandering healer are strictly low level, but the body count's getting high enough to change that. Like, folks will start poking around if they sniff angel dust. And Dean's like, yeah, of course, they'll fall all over each other to tell Crowley. Meg says, now picture Crowley with his hands on poor, harmless, like, little amnesiac cats. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to burn that smarmy dick. My time is coming, but right now my army of one situation is not cutting it. It's cold out here, there's a price on my house, and I need friends. And Dean's like, yeah, but no, not me. Not me. Find anyone else.
Yep.
So she's like, no, you know, I'm here to help. And he's accusing her of wanting to use Cass as a weapon. And Meg's like, and what are you doing, you know, with him? What are your intentions?
With poor dead Castiel, poor little amnesia.
And she's like, you know, do you want to keep going with no backup? Like, I don't trust you, but I could use Emmanuel and he trusts you. So now it's in everyone's best interest to hold hands and cross the street together. Dean agrees. He's like, fine, we'll go with Sam. I guess the backup is good, and it's already proven that he's needed it because he maybe would have got taken out by those 3 demons. Possibly. Maybe definitely wouldn't have done, but it's all good. And then Dean's like, and my knife. And she reluctantly hands it back over. She's hoping that he'd forgotten about it.
I'm guessing so, yeah. Because, I mean, it could be used against her, right?
Oh, for sure. So she says, you know, wouldn't it be safer traveling with a full throttle angel? I could jog his memory. And she's like, kidding. We wouldn't want to upset the poor guy. Because Dean gives her like a look like, absolutely not.
Right.
This is Cass's out, right? I don't know if Dean wants him to get his memories back because he did objectively do really bad stuff. Against all of his morals, although he thought he was doing the right thing at the time, on reflection, it looks bad.
Yes. And then when he was power crazy, did even worse things.
And from Dean's point of view, like, he's already dragged someone... Well, he's already been dragged back into the life by Sam this season. So would he want... Well, last season. Would he want to do that to anybody else? You know? Because the mirror of, like, Dean and Lisa, he's seeing Emmanuel and Daphne, the same. Like, you know, he has his suburban married life, can't remember who he is, has no connections to the past, seems happy. Apart from the demons on him, like, he could get out. And I don't think Dean wants to be the one to drag him back in.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
But I mean, necessity must.
Yeah, but then I feel like he also feels like, well, he does feel like Cass owes him.
Yeah.
Now that he knows that the healer is Cass, there is no way that he's not going to have him fix his mistake.
For sure. I mean, I get that too. So he's going to try and use his powers without jogging his memory, essentially. You know, if he can faith heal Sam without finding out that he's Cass, then I'm like, why not?
Yeah. But the thing is that he doesn't take into account that, you know, Sam's not okay right now.
Yeah.
You don't think that Sam wouldn't just be like, Cass?
I mean, he does kind of do that, right, as well. So...
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it doesn't matter to him, right? He would literally hold Sam down, like, forcibly get him, Cass to heal him, if it meant his brother didn't die. There's no consent from Sam in this situation. he actively told him not to do this, actually.
This is true. He said, let me go.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad Dean didn't listen to him because it's all good.
Yep. So
Dean and Meg walk up to the car, forgetting that Meg's a demon because Cass is like, her face! She just says it's okay, we come in different flavors, and Dean introduces her as a friend, like, again. She says she's here for moral support, and like, oh, we go way back. And it's like, oh, Dean and me. Just met you, of course. She's already trying to, like, get him to come out as Cass. Yeah.
Yep.
So they leave. Anyway, they are off to find Sam.
Yep.
Back in the hospital, Abigail comes back. Gosh, Marin. Sam apologizes to her and says, like, oh, you know, he kind of grabs her from the hallway because he's watching to see her come. And he apologizes to her. And he kind of, like, pussyfoots around it a bit, but he's trying to ask her about the fire and her brother. She's like, look, you mean well, but you have no idea. And he's like, no, you said you didn't start it, and I believe you, and I can help you. And, like, I want to try and help you before he hurts you again. So they go back into Sam's room, and Lucifer is just watching them. She says to him, like, you're worse. And he does look really haggard. The, like, contour on his cheeks is deepened. She's like, your organs...
And that shade of purple has gotten deeper.
Oh, 100%. I love it so much. I think if you, like, don't sleep past a certain point, like, then your body doesn't really heal either. So his, like, all his scabs on his head don't really show much sign of, like, closing up or anything. So she says, you're worse. Your organs need sleep, you know. Your hair and nails are going to fall out and your kidneys are going to shut down. I saw it in a movie and it's like, sorry. She's a teenager, right? So she's just brutal.
Yeah.
And Lucifer laughs at that. Sam asks about her brother. He died last year. He asks if she sees him and she says, no. You know, I just hear him. But she's hearing him here too in the hospital whenever she's alone. And she can tell that he's coming because she gets these, like, chills. So he's a ghost, you know.
Yeah.
And Marin's like, you know, you're right. At first it's like, I knew I was crazy, but I didn't really care. I did miss him, but then he started to say he was lonely. Started to get mad. And then one day started yelling. I tried to run, but the door was locked. And when I turned around, the whole room was on fire. So she's saying that her brother set the fire, although he's a ghost.
This is also like a warning for, like, what's to come with Bobby and being like,
oh yeah,
it's going to start off with just sort of the voice and being like, hey, it's okay. But then he got crazy. I mean, they already know this, right? It's not, they understand what happens with ghosts, but it happened within a year, which I think is kind of fast-ish for a vengeful ghost.
I think so too. And it is also, like I said, also mirroring Lucifer, because at first Sam thought he could just ignore him, right? You know, he came back and he could just ignore him and it's all fine. But then, like, once he started acknowledging him, it just spiraled rapidly from there.
Yeah. Yep.
So Sam offers to put her brother to rest. She's like, she says, for real, like? And he's like, yeah, like, it's a ghost. And I think she's kind of willing to try anything at this point. And does ask why she should trust him, and he says, because it's your only shot.
I think this whole hospital is actually run by demons. Oh, no, never mind. I take that back, because Meg goes there. But, like, the way that Abigail just, like, disappears at the end of this episode, I don't think she was real.
I do question if she was real. Like, I really do, because they made that whole point of the doctor being Lucifer. I think we're supposed to think she's real because Lucifer is in the room talking to Sam while he's talking to her. So it's making the point that maybe, but like, he's not pretending to be her. But I think you very well could make the argument that she is not real. Like, all of it could be a hallucination, to be honest, because who knows what's real or not in Sam's world. And this might be a way of him, like, working through some stuff with Lucifer, through her. But then from the opposite side, if she is real, this is Sam helping someone even when he's at his most dire, like, death's door. And I kind of like that more as a storyline for Sam.
I do. Yeah, me too.
I do. So he asks about the, like, ghost situation. So her brother was cremated, but she has a bracelet that he gave her. He made it, and he sliced his hand while he was doing it, so it probably, like, and Sam's like, okay, it has blood on it. Great, that's him. Like, that's it.
Yep.
And then the last question he asks is there any chance in hell you got a lighter? Which she definitely should not have, because...
She should definitely not have that, no.
Especially if she's accused of starting a fire. Like, ugh.
Yep.
Yeah, which again makes me question the reality of the situation, but whatever. I do think she's real. I'm going for it.
Yeah. I was going back and forth in this episode, and I don't know what the point would be to make her not real.
Yeah. I do think they're trying to make a point about Sam's character, and I think that's a true point.
Yeah.
That he's always trying to help other people, you know, even when he's still actively hallucinating Lucifer and hasn't slept in like a week and a half, however long it is. He's still like, I'm going to save this girl. Because without him, he'd just be stuck there.
And I wonder if this sort of sets up as well for, like, futureness of everything, because it's just like, no matter where he is, he is a hunter first.
Yes,
like he is literally breaking down, right?
And he's still hunting.
His body is about to give out, and he's still hunting.
Yeah. I think that is Sam. Like, I think he always tries to run from his hunting, but I think he's, after being soulless, he almost like embraced the hunting. And like, I'm actually good at this, you know, like I should continue doing it because I am helping people. Whereas like Dean maybe wants to quit more. Like, he's done, he's been saying it all season. And Sam's the one who's kind of continuing. He's the one who's finding cases, even though they're not related to Leviathan, all of this. So yeah, it's really interesting, the difference between them, because I often think that people who watch the show see them as the other way around. As like Sam always wanting to get out, and Dean the one who continues hunting. But Dean only continues hunting because it's all he knows. Whereas Sam does have a choice. He could get out, I feel, if he wanted to. Anyway.
I agree.
So we go back to the car. It's nighttime now. Dean is driving, because who else would be driving the car?
Yep.
They put Meg in the back seat, so like she's been relegated to Cass position in the car.
Yep.
Okay. Cass says,
this silence is very uncomfortable. Is there something I should know?
I don't know. Dean?
No. Meg has that effect. Awkward, you know? That must be difficult for you.
I love that.
As if Cass isn't also somebody who makes the whole situation more, like, awkward too.
They kind of are perfect for each other. I do kind of love Meg Castiel. Like, I wish they just They should have just followed it through. Like, if they didn't want people to ship other ships, they should have just followed it through and had it be a thing.
Yeah.
So Meg says Dean's making a joke, Emmanuel, and he says, oh. So we're back at the hospital. Abigail comes in with a cigarette lighter, and Sam's just like, nice. She apparently stole it out of Marcus's pocket, who's seemingly the worst nurse in the world because he's a gossip and carries a lighter on a locked psychiatric ward. So, you know, I'm pretty sure you're probably not allowed certain things in that unit in case it gets stolen.
For this exact reason.
Exact reason. She says, being locked up is really turning me into a decent criminal. So he closes the door and like barricades it with a chair, and they're like, right, we quick, because I guess they come around and check on them regularly, and for them to barricade a door is bad.
Yes, very bad.
He uses like packets of salt to make a salt circle. So
it's like the salt shakers.
Oh, is it? I don't know why. I thought it was a little like salt packet. So I'm like, this would do nothing. My brain like completely changed that for me because I thought it would be funnier. Why did they never use it? It's like tiny, tiny little salt packets. That would have been so good.
Because they're always doing it in a rush.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine?
So funny. Like Lucifer like blows on the salt, and Sam has to kind of reorientate himself to see that it's not actually happening. And because he says to her like, oh, you're gonna have to do this on your own, like I'm just having like a moment, like I'm dizzy, it'll pass. Lucifer says, definitely when your heart stops.
Right.
So they eventually manage to make this salt circle. They're stood in it together. Sam does the whole spiel of like, stay in the circle no matter what. She asks what's going to happen and just doesn't tell her. It's like, give me the bracelet. He's too tired for this. He's like, I'm fed up. Ghosts exist. Just get with the deal. The lights start flickering and the cold happens and the ghost of her brother appears. He kind of begs with her not to do this, like he knows what's going to happen. And she still hasn't given Sam the bracelet, but with him shouting at her, she hands it over. She actually breaks it while she does it as well, which is symbolic, I feel.
Breaking the cycle.
And yeah, like breaking the bond with her brother, I presume, as well.
Yeah, more likely.
Like ghost stuff happens, doors, lights. Sam manages to light up the bracelet, and of course it goes in a big ball of fire. And Sam's like, go to Abigail / Marion, so she doesn't get in trouble, presumably, for the fire and the door.
All of it. Yep.
Because he gets like grabbed immediately by two nurses, and like the doctor comes in, is like shining a light in his face. I'm guessing maybe to see if he's like lucid or if he's having some kind of episode. And we just see Lucifer kind of like stood behind him. This kind of all weirdly happens now. Like there's, again, like it's difficult to know how much Sam is imagining it and how much is actually happening, I feel.
Yeah.
So the doctor's basically saying that he needs to sleep. Like they can't give him any more medication because they could overdose him. And they're going to talk about surgical solutions. Lucifer's like, lobotomy? And then the doctor says, it's okay, we're not talking lobotomy here. And then starts like shaking him, saying, Sam, are you with me? I don't think the doctor was ever a demon.
No, I don't think so.
I think he genuinely did want to help Sam. Dean turns up and they like get out the car and they see the entrance to this hospital, and it's like up a hill. They're like up a grass hill. Is this hospital not the same hospital as they broke into with Meg the last time?
I think it is. There was something like when they get further down, like literally after this conversation. No, at the end of the episode, I was like, one, is this not the warehouse that Crowley was keeping all the monsters in? Because that kind of
that was the one. Yeah, that's the one I thought it was. Yeah. If we both thought it must be.
Yeah, it probably is. They use one place, like they use two locations for a hospital, and they've already used one like recently for when Bobby died.
Because I feel like they do the same shot from this hill when Sam and Dean wait for Cass to go wipe out all the monsters in there. I feel like they use the same shot from the hill of them sending Cass to go do something.
Maybe, but they use the same shot when Bobby and Dean went to stop Cass from opening Purgatory.
Oh.
They do this a lot. They find a vantage point and look around.
This was definitely the same place as one of those. It was definitely Crowley's lab. Like I can't think that it wasn't. It for sure was. Because the hill was there.
Yeah.
So they see like it's a hospital now. This is why it threw me, because they've clearly just thrown up like an emergency entrance sign on this warehouse.
Right.
Fine. And they will get out of the car and kind of look together. Because basically everyone's demons.
Yep.
Dean's like, all of them? Meg says, no grass growing under your feet, which I've never heard that saying before, but I instantly knew what it meant and I loved it. Like,
yep.
Cass asks how many knives Dean has, and he's just like, just the one. And he's like, okay, so forgive me, what do we do? And Meg's like, yeah, Dean, got any other ideas on how we could blast through that?
The way that she emphasizes certain words, love it, because she's like, blast through that.
They don't really explain why it's full of demons, but maybe it's at all. Why is it full of demons? Because they don't know Cass is there. Or do they?
So my guess...
Oh, no, I know.
Is that
okay, I know why.
The demon at the convenience store saw that Dean was alone, and they tried to find where Sam was, so they figured out where Sam was. That would be my guess.
I think you're half right, because the demon smoked out, and he saw Dean, and he knew that Dean had this faith healer who they don't know is Cass, and who else would Dean be taking a faith healer to other than Sam? So they just waited there for them to turn up, because they knew that's where they were heading. Yeah.
Yep.
That's fine. I was just like, I had a moment, I was like, why are there so many demons here? But it is for Cass, not for Sam.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
It's a trap.
So Dean's like, an aside, Meg. He doesn't say that, but he basically does. And she's just like, oh. Meg's trying to convince him. She's like, look, Sam's in there.
I know. Phrasing.
She says, I know you're enjoying the double dip with your old pal. Meg gets it.
We all are.
Meg gets it. I love her so much. That's why she only ever kisses Cass in front of Dean too. She just does it just to wind him up. Like, yeah. This is what I feel about Meg. Her kissing Cass in front of Dean is always a power play. It's like...
Yep. I can do it, but you can't.
Exactly that. Exactly that. I'll always have this over you, you know.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
And you know,
I know what this feels like.
I love her for that. Girl bossing hell. Like, it's so petty. Yep. I just love it so much. Like, yeah.
I do feel like her and Rowena would probably get along pretty well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So Dean doesn't even like mention that phrasing. He's like, you think it's that cut and dry? Like, he disagrees with her. That's what he's doing. He's like, you know what he did, and you want to tell him and just hope that he takes it in stride. He could snap, like Sam is not said, but or he could disappear. Who knows? So he's kind of worried that he'll just lose Cass in some way if he finds out what he did, just like he's lost Sam.
Yeah.
And then Cass just rocks up because they don't talk that quietly.
The only time this has ever worked.
I know, I love it. He's just like, I gathered that we know each other. Like, the context clues have been there. Even I could pick up on them. And Meg's like, yeah, just a dollop.
You can tell me I'll be fine.
How do you know? You just met yourself. I've known you for years.
You're an angel.
I'm sorry. Is that a flirtation?
Which is great. Great line.
Yeah.
Meg says, no, a species, a very powerful one. And Dean's like, okay, fine, she said it now. Like, she's not lying. That's why you heal people. You don't eat. That is another thing about Daphne. She's married this
just
man.
Overlooking the fact.
Yeah. Who does not eat. He does not sleep. So, or maybe he does eat, but it doesn't taste like food. Because Cass does say that happens. But, maybe he just pretends to sleep. Who knows? But I feel like in the early days of knowing him, he probably didn't eat or sleep until he realised that's what you do.
That's what you're supposed to do, yeah.
Oh, just absolutely wild woman. Honestly.
And just completely overlooked it. Like, didn't even be like, maybe we should take him to a doctor or
He's
something.
a gift from God. Why would he need food, sustenance, and sleep? Like, yep.
Honestly, like, I feel like, why did not more people know about him? Because he technically is like the second coming of Jesus,
We're
right?
talking about, like you said, like a fringe cult Christianity group that found him and just sort of like, no, he's ours now.
Yeah.
So,
and that's why she has such a nice house.
oh yeah, you know they're paying people for their healing. Cass might not be taking the money, but I feel like she is.
Nope. Oh yes.
Because what's his name? Marcus was told to go through Daphne to get access to him.
True, Mackie.
Mackie. I don't know where I got Marcus from.
Marcus is the orderly that we're seeing.
Too many M names.
Too many.
Yeah.
M.A. names too.
So Cass to this is like, why wouldn't you tell me? Being an angel, it sounds pleasant, because he's only heard the like Christian stuff that he's been like growing up with his wifey.
Yep.
And he's like, it's not, trust me. It's bloody, it's corrupt, it's not pleasant. And Meg's like, he would know. You used to fight together. Bestest friends, actually. And Cass is like genuinely like, we're friends? He's like, am I Cass? I had no idea. I don't remember you, I'm sorry. Because all he's heard so far is that Dean had a friend who betrayed him.
The friend.
It kind of makes sense it was him, because why else would it be him? Who else would it be? Yeah, I had another friend who betrayed me and disappeared. Like, so Meg's like, you know, you could smite every demon in there, and Cass says, I don't remember how. And basically agrees to just try, which I just like is so endearing. He's like, yeah, sure, just go try. And he just walks off towards the demons. And Dean's like, this isn't going to end well. And Meg says, I don't know, I believe in a little tree topper. I can't remember what the soundtrack is to this. I can't remember. Do you remember the music? I don't remember either. No, it can't have been that great then. So Cass just walks up these demons like, hi. Love him.
Too much faith in yourself there.
Yeah.
As a manual.
I know, like he thinks, whatever. He's too trusting, too naive. The demon just goes, hey, I know you. You're dead. He says, yes, I heard. And like he grabs this demon, like puts his hand on his forehead, like nothing happens for a second.
No, his shirt. He puts on his shirt first.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, I thought he grabbed him by the shirt, but yeah, he kind of like doesn't know what the hand placement. He's just trying a few different. They should have done a few different ones, and then eventually he hits his forehead, which is apparently where the demon lives. And he gets smited. And this flashback was so good.
Yep, so good.
Did you notice that pretty much all of the flashbacks were him and Dean? There was him going into the barn. There was the other one where he was like smiting demons. Dean was there, right? Him helping Dean as well. When they had like it didn't have the graveyard flashback. There was another time from season 4, and then there was the bit about like obviously breaking Sam's wall and like the betrayal that he did with helping Crowley. But then like the last one is him like returning, like is him saying sorry to Dean as well. It was just very Dean centric, and I noted it.
Yeah, but we do know that they have a special bond. So
yeah, and the two scenes that he flashback that didn't have Dean in was about him betraying Dean, breaking Sam's wall, and opening Purgatory. So, and Meg just says, "That's my boy."
Yep.
One the demon's like tries to run, and he just says, "I don't think running will save you." And oh my god. Like, I love it.
I'm gonna try there.
And Meg's like, that was beautiful, Clarence. I'm like, I totally agree. I agree.
Yes? I remember you. I remember everything.
Take my heart. Dead.
Yeah. He's back.
In a pile.
The boy is back.
Just on the floor. Oh, Misha. Misha. Just all of this.
I know.
Because his voice has now changed to be like Cass properly now. It says, what I did, what I became. Oh. We know.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because Sam is dying in there.
Because of me. Everything. All these people. I shouldn't be here.
He calls out to Cass and then to Meg. He's like, you stay here.
This is my job. I'm going to bring him back.
Yeah. And I guess she doesn't want her to get to Sam. Like, Dean doesn't trust Meg in any kind of way. So he probably just wants to make sure she doesn't go in there and like kill him. So we cut back into the hospital and Sam's being wheeled away. He's now been like strapped down. He's still strapped down from after being taken down. And like, I don't know if it's here, but like you see his nails are starting to fall off too.
Oh yeah, that was in the previous scene. But I cannot deal with nail stuff.
It was all gross. Yeah. And Sam's asking, he's still alert enough to know like something's not right.
Yeah.
He's like, where are we? And the orderly Marcus is like, electric shock therapy. Let's get you settled in. And he like tightens everything down. So it's just like,
it's horrible.
I don't know. Yeah. Sam's like trying to protest. It's like, my brother. And he just like puts a mouth guard in. Yeah. And we know something starts to kind of be a bit odd because Marcus says, ordinarily they keep this thing set on low, but I'm thinking we could experiment a little. What do you say? He then turns back around to put the like headgear on and its eyes turn black. I think that, I don't know who this actor is.
Yeah.
He's really good looking though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not into medical play, but but no, this guy's good looking. So we're back outside and Cass is still walking away from the hospital with Dean chasing after him.
You remember? Then you know you did the best you could at the time.
Oh, he loves him so much. I just can't not say it. Like, he's forgiven him. Like, it's just, it's everything. Like, he's his best friend. Of course he forgives him because they've all made mistakes. They've all screwed up people's brains. It's fine. They've all murdered people. It's, you know, he's part of the family.
Yeah, that you know, they're just best friends. You can mess up my brother's head, and I will still forgive you, even though family is everything. We're just best friends.
We're just friends.
And Cass turns to face him and is like,
"Don't defend me. Do you have any idea the death toll in heaven, on Earth? We didn't part friends, Dean. So what?
Oh,
I still love you.
Oh, it's there. You can
That's how unspoken,
right?
Oh. And Cass says, I deserved to die. Now I can't possibly fix it. So why do I even have to, like, so why did I even walk out that river? He says, maybe to fix it. And he tells him to wait and he goes over. I love, so this, what's really funny, right? He put the coat in the back of the Impala.
Yes, he did.
He is not in the Impala.
He is not.
He is in a different car. This is like a car that they've been swapping out. So every time that they've dropped a car, he's been taking... Please tell me they're just friends.
Right. I just can't... How can you not see it? Like, from place to place, wherever they've been staying... in his, I presume in his duffel bag with all his other stuff, it's just been Cass's coat.
Yeah. Why would you carry that around with you?
And at some point he must have washed it because it doesn't have like river. As someone who has fallen in a river or ended up in a river for unfortunate circumstances, your clothes get like gritty from like the sediment.
It does have blood on it though. It does
blood doesn't come out in the normal laundering, so he probably just did it in like a laundromat and they're stained.
True. Yeah. Fair enough. Yep.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I just want everyone to think about that. He went to go wash his coat, had to like dry it, put it back in his bag.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I also love that Cass accepts the coat, as in like he wears it.
Yeah.
Because he could have said no. If he had said no, I think it would have been the end.
It's like Cass putting back on his responsibility to them. You know? Like returning the love.
I feel so bad. he should have said no.
He should have said no.
In that way.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that way he might have been able to avoid everything that happens from now on, but like, he was never going to say no.
It was never...
He was forgiven.
Yeah, it's never going to end well for Cass at this point because you know, the stuff in heaven was bad. It was bad. So... It was very bad. I mean, I think him accepting the coat is like accepting Dean's forgiveness. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
But without forgiving himself. He's accepting that Dean forgives him, I think, or at least understands why he did what he did. But I don't think Cass forgives himself.
No.
Not yet.
No, I don't think so.
Or ever, maybe.
Nope. So we go back inside the hospital and Sam is getting shocked.
Yeah.
And Marcus is like, amazing. You just keep taking those licks, don't you, kid? If it's meat, well, you can cook it. Let's turn up the heat. Yeah. Cass does heal him, so he probably like actually healed his brain, so that's fine. Because he does turn it up and like.
Why does the machine even go up that high? Why would you make that?
You know, that is why can cars go 200 miles an hour?
I do wonder that.
Like a regular car.
Yeah, exactly. Why do you even make these settings? What's the point in it? You know?
Yeah. That there is no reason.
No.
But as Marcus turns back towards the machine, Cass is there and he smites him, and like you see it's very pointed. Marcus falls to the ground and his eyes are all like burned out.
Yeah.
It's very cool. And he like takes the guard and everything off of Sam, and he tells him, I never should have broken your wall, Sam. I'm here to make it right. Cass then touches his head, but like it doesn't do anything because instead of seeing Cass, he sees Lucifer.
Yeah. You're not real.
Oh, Sam. I'm so sorry.
Gosh. So, okay, before we get into this next bit, or maybe we can do it afterwards. I don't know. Let me ask the question and we can decide if we will go through or not. Do you think any of this would have happened? As in, like, the wall breaking? Okay, so Cass fixes the wall, but it still comes down in season 7. And it gets to this point as it would have anyway.
Well, no, because Cass did break. He purposely broke Sam's wall as a distraction. He did it on purpose. So
yeah,
but
do you think it's more broke? Do you think Sam's condition is made worse because he accepted like what happened in Repo Man talking to Lucifer? Like, do you think it took hold stronger because he interacted with his hallucination?
I think I think the thing is, and I think Dean understands this too, is that this was always going to happen. Like, Sam's wall was always going to come down. But Cass, like, expedited the process, which maybe made it worse. But I don't know. I think Sam would have always got to this point. Who knows how long it would have taken. But I think he always would have got to this point. So...
And then do you think Cass would have been able to fix it if he hadn't interacted with Lucifer 2 episodes ago?
I don't think he could fix it. I don't think it's possible that Cass could have fixed it because it was put up by death. Like, I just don't think that is in his power, even as like a fully juiced angel, to fix that wall. I think it's something for Sam to maintain himself because it was such a lot of power that had to go into it. And that's why I think once it starts...
Because it was a manipulation of the soul, right?
Yeah, and I think once it starts to crumble, like, it was always going to happen. Whether it happened like a year later or whatever, this would have always happened to Sam. I think Cass breaking the wall when he did just, sped it up, essentially.
Okay.
That's my opinion on it, anyway. What do you think?
Yeah, I didn't have a strong opinion either way. I maybe that if Sam could continue to ignore it, maybe he could have done something. But I don't I don't think the wall was ever supposed to. Yeah, the wall was never supposed to be permanent.
Because
they would have had to find something else.
Yeah, because Death even says like, "Don't scratch it." It's like a patch job, right? Like, and it was the best that Death could do. So I think it was supposed to last as long as it could. It was just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah.
So back at the hospital, they've gone back to Sam's room and like laid him in the bed because obviously he's in no condition to be anywhere else. Lucifer sat in his chair, like next to Sam's bed, holding the Three Little Pigs storybook, and he says, "See, that third pig was smart. Went out and got some bricks." As in, like, and he says this later, but it's all relating to like Sam's wall, the fact that it got like ruined. Dean and Cass are there, and like Sam doesn't even like see them, really.
No, he's well and truly gone.
Yeah. So Dean's kind of shouting at Cass, like, how do you mean you can't? And Cass is like, well, there's nothing left to rebuild. It's like, it crumbled. The pieces got crushed to dust by whatever's happening inside his head right now. So Dean's saying, like, you're saying there's nothing, that he's going to be like this until his candle blows out. Cass is just apologizing, saying, this isn't a problem I can make disappear. And you know that. And then he sort of pauses and, like, looks away and says, oh, but I may be able to shift it. And like, he doesn't fully explain this to Dean, and I thought this at the time. He doesn't explain to Dean because I think that Dean would have stopped him from doing it.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
Because he just says, it would get Sam back on his feet. Like, it's better this way, it'll be fine. And he's sort of like rambling almost. And Dean's like, what are you doing? And he just says, Cass just says,
now, Sam, this may hurt. And if I can't tell you again, I'm sorry I ever did this to you.
And he puts a hand on Sam's forehead, and you hear him like go, ah, presumably because, like I say, it's interacting with his soul. Like, Lucifer's tied to his soul. That's why this is like a different kind of hallucination that's affecting him so badly.
Yeah.
Because
what I thought, the only thing I could think of though, when this whole effect, I was like, oh, it's straight out of The Little Mermaid, where Eric looks at the necklace and his eyes go like this color. That's yeah.
Oh yeah. So we actually see like a physical manifestation of like Sam's trauma as like a red glow like travel up Cass's arm, and yeah, you're right, his eyes glow red. Yeah. And he's like, Sam, and he comes round. And they're like, Dean, Sam, ah. And then Sam's like, Cass? It's very much like, Rocky, Dr. Scott.
All over again.
So Sam's fine. He's like, yay, I'm free. It's obvious that he is. But then we cut to Cass, and he's just seeing Lucifer where Sam is. And Lucifer says, hello, brother. And he kind of like backs away, and Sam and Dean can see that he's obviously seeing something that they're not.
Yeah.
So outside the hospital, I hate this bit. I just thought this was okay. We'll talk about it. It's fine. So we basically see Cass like all sat on the edge of the bed, all sad. He's got like the white hospital clothes on, that like the t-shirt and stuff that Sam had on before. He's replaced him in all sense of the word. And we hear Dean's voice saying, well, we can't bring him with us. Everything on the planet's out for us, okay? Word gets out, we can't protect him. Not really. And then outside he's saying to Sam, this is safer. Every demon who knows about Cass is dead. Sam says, not everyone. This whole enemy of my enemy is my friend. It was just I said earlier. He says, it feels like kind of like a demon deal. And Dean's like, no, it's not a demon deal. It's
there was no kiss involved. There was no deal.
No kiss. I didn't kiss Meg. How dare you insinuate such a thing? I would never. Not even for a second-hand Cass kiss would I kiss Meg.
I was so close to doing a spit take. You can't say that kind of thing while I'm drinking.
So he says it's mutually assured destruction. Like, she's not our friend. We don't have friends. All our friends are dead. And I was like, but Cass is your friend.
But for all intents and purposes, he's kind of still dead right now.
Oh, don't even. So they get into the car and go. They just abandon Cass, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we go back into the hospital and we see the doctor, and he's at his desk and he's interviewing someone. He's like, "Oh, I'm impressed. Why do you want to join our staff?" And we see Meg like dressed up for an interview, like her hair up. Yeah. She's like, "I really just want to help the patients, watch over them. Not to be immodest, but I feel like I'd be a great fit." And he's like, "I can't argue." And they shake hands, and he says, "Welcome to the team, Nurse Masters." Dun dun dun.
What? I mean, we kind of guessed that was what was going to happen because.
Okay, so
like,
well, yeah, like I do love that she's kind of watching over it, because I do think Meg cares for Cass in some way, in her own messed up way. She kind of cares about Cass, but she wouldn't she also wouldn't hesitate to use him at this point in her like journey, to use him as a weapon against Crowley, you know?
Yeah.
Whether it's in his good.
I mean, that's true. True.
But I don't know. Them abandoning him, and I say abandoning, although Dean is right. He would only be really like a liability and in danger if they took him with them. But it does feel like they're just abandoning him there.
It's so, as much as Dean has forgiven Cass, this is also punishment for what he put Sam through.
And this is also Cass punishing himself, right? He's like, that's why I'm going to shift it onto myself. What if he could have shifted it anywhere else? But he's like, I'm going to take this on because I caused this. Even though I still think that he didn't. Like I say, I think he sped it up, but I think this always would have happened.
Yeah.
And
I do also wonder if there's also maybe some lingering guilt from the end of season 5 where, you know, Cass started to give up, right? He was like, the odds are so huge, you're never going to do it. Sam's going to say yes and it's all going to go. Like, he gave up, and I feel like that is also kind of why he wouldn't give up with the purgatory thing, is because the last time I gave up, my lover's brother died.
It's everything. Like, he blames himself for everything that's happened, and he's made huge mistakes, as we talked about last season. And this is Cass punishing himself for those mistakes. And I think the thing that it makes it feel like an abandonment is like they don't go away saying that they're going to try and fix this. They're just like, we're going to leave him here for now.
Yeah.
Where normally they would be like, we got to find a way to fix this. And get Cass back.
I also wonder if they're like, well, he's an angel, he'll fix it. It will get healed itself because he's an angel, kind of thing. But like, I do love that, like, they're figuring that only demons are coming after Cass, even though Cass has just said, "Do you know of the destruction that I caused in heaven?" It's like, demon. I know this season the only angel mentioned is Cass. Like, angels just do not exist in this season
because Cass murdered
maybe until later. He did, but there are still some around, as we find out next season. But like, it's, I don't know, the ones that are still left, I feel like they would have come after him.
Yeah,
if they got an inkling that he was around.
But like they're saying, like, the only person who knows that Cass is there and is an angel is Meg. So in a way, keeping him there, like, he's hidden, I guess, even from heaven as well as hell. Yeah. I get the reasoning. It's just, I think it's because they're not like, we're going to try and fix this. It's just like, well, he's here now.
And again, I think that's part of the punishment, is that they are not going to try and fix it right now.
Yeah, just leave it for a bit. And we're like, well, maybe we'll try and fix that later. Like, after the Leviathan thing, then we'll sort out Cass. But yeah, I 100% think they're punished. I think he's punishing himself and they are punishing him. And like, it's kind of, I get it, but like, he's your friend, man.
Also, yeah,
people made mistakes.
Not good. Yes, they do. They do. Yeah. So Sam's soul is healed.
Yeah, they did it.
I feel like if this was any other show, Sam's soul being healed would be through a woman.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Be power of love. Like romantic love.
Oh, yeah. No, they just needed like Cass to like take on his trauma. Like honestly,
Yeah.
I like that it was like a physical thing, I guess, because it made it a bit more like supernatural. And that sounds very stupid, but like it wasn't just Sam.
Yeah, but I kind of wish they explain that a bit more.
Yeah,
in a way, they may do that because we do see Cass like come around, right? He makes kind of peace with whatever. Because maybe what like it's, I feel like, and do correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like his like it's like the essence of trauma,
yeah,
rather than like Sam's specific trauma. Because I feel like when Cass is back, the way that he's acting, he's no longer seeing Lucifer, but he's trying to accept like all the damage he's done and like appreciating nature for what it is, like, you know.
Yeah, I think that's right. Like, it's basically
it like morphs to your own like issue.
Yeah, it's bringing all his own stuff up to the surface and making him have to deal with it like now, rather than just repressing it like they normally do. I also think like maybe it affects him slightly differently because Cass doesn't have a soul.
True. Yeah.
And also like Lucifer's his brother is kind of annoying, like used to him being irritating.
But how long was Lucifer around?
Yeah, good point.
And Cass, like, did they even know each other? You know?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what else he's seeing. I think it's interesting how he kind of processes Sam's issues as his own. I do like the way they kind of do that, I guess. But yeah, I would like to maybe explain this a touch more. Yeah, I like it. I'm looking forward to seeing, as everyone calls him in the fandom, Crazy Cass. With his like scrubs and trench coat. He's a little sweetie.
Oh, you know, I'll tell you what it is. He took some of Sam's soul.
Ooh, you think?
Yeah. I think he took like the part that maybe got corrupted in hell. I think that's what happened. He took on part of his soul.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Just because of the way that we see souls and grace kind of evolve in the show. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, but I think, and the fact that it was red, it wasn't blue.
Maybe. I just always like Lucifer red. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
devil red. I don't feel like they think this deeply about this stuff. They're just like, take the stuff that makes Sam like be out this season. Let the cast take that on. They'll do that. That's fine.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. And now we can finish out the season without having to actually address what happened with Sam in hell.
Exactly. You know. I know. Bringing Cass back was so amazing. This reunion episode, I loved it so much. Just Dean's facial expressions, everything they say to each other, Meg being involved. Like I said, the two exes in the car is good. It's so good. I love it so much.
Yeah. Very, very good episode. And then we go straight into a filler episode because of course we do.
It's a good one.
I mean, it's a great filler.
Yeah, like
yes. I'm not. I love this next episode. Yeah. Not dissing it in any kind of way, but it is very much like we've just got Cass back. He's taken on this massive plot point, but we're not going to explore it in the next episode.
No, and like we're running out of episodes, guys. Like we're getting to the end of the season.
This is the supernatural way, though, isn't it?
It's so the way. Oh, it stresses me out so much. Yeah, because it even said that it's supposed to be about 2 weeks after that has happened, so it's not even that long, and they're doing this.
Yeah, I think it's fun. So I know I've said this before. So I just looked really quick at the episode, and it was written by Adam Glass. So there's going to be something in this episode that's going to kind of get under my skin, as in not make sense, because every single one of these episodes, there's just something that doesn't quite make sense in the episode. And I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that there's at least one Adam Glass episode that I can be like, hell yeah, good job, man.
Yeah, I know. You'll get there maybe by the end. We'll see. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing Garth again in Party on Garth, because we didn't see that in the episode. But yeah, it's Party on Garth next episode. Looking forward to seeing Garth, because we love DJ. We are big DJ fans in this house. And yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to say on this episode. I think I said everything I needed to say about the epic love story of like Dean and Cass, and then how much I love Meg. Like, maybe they just sort of, I feel there was I'm so sad about what happens to Meg, because I feel there was a real missed opportunity for her and Dean, when Dean's a demon, to be just utterly terrible together.
Oh God, can you imagine?
The absolute worst. Like, mean girls.
Just skipping through town causing absolute mayhem and heartbreak.
I know he spends the time with Crowley and it wouldn't have worked, but like I just would have loved a scene of them just like just bitching together,
Yeah. I mean, Demon Dean is playing the field, so he'd be out with Crowley one night, and then he'll go to Meg and bitch about what he did to Crowley, and then they go off and do stuff. Yeah, God.
I would love to have seen it, and but unfortunately, Meg doesn't, I think, survive that. Of
course she doesn't.
Yeah. Should we close this out? Do we have anything else to say?
I don't think so. We got into what's going to happen next episode and how amazing this one is. Yeah, so I'm happy to call it.
Cool, let's do it.
So at the end of this week, we'd like to thank the Pixel Agora for his amazing logo art. And if you'd like to get that on something, you can find it on our Redbubble store. We are also all over social media. So send us your favorite, gifts of Megstiel or Destiel or anything from the show. We are on Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram, Bluesky, YouTube, other places as Escaping Purgatory Podcast, or just Escaping Podcast on Bluesky.
So this week we went on a road trip with an old flame and ended up in a psychiatric ward. So hopefully next week we'll find our way out. Bye.
Bye.